Hey Tony, it's Friday, and first off, to answer your question of the week, I don't really know. I mean, that's not a lot of people. A tournament is always a fun little thing to do, so I definitely could recommend that. Just like a little quest, like maybe have like 2 or so monsters, and so you have seven. Say you have 7 people, you have 2 monsters, you have the one person who can kind of like direct everything, and you might also want to have a Reeve. We still got 3 people who can, fight the monsters, make a fun little quest on that. I think you could do that. So this week was actually fairly eventful in some ways. This long weekend is going to be crazy eventful though. But first off, to kind of talk about this past week, I actually had a trial today. Now, I've had trials in the past in housing. This was my first collections trial, which is kind of funny because, I'm going to be heading to a different job in 2 weeks. So that was a good little thing to kind of chuckle a bit. But one of my supervisors wanted me to have this trial, and I think it went well. It was with a judge that I knew and used to work with back when I was a clerk, so we'll see what happens on that. Took the matter under advisement. I really don't think we're going to lose. The consumer was claiming, like, all different sorts of fraud, but the problem is she had this account for 7 years and had made payments on it for 6 of those 7 years. So we'll see what the judge thinks, but I'll be surprised. But otherwise, so this weekend is going to be crazy busy, as I mentioned before. So tomorrow is Fury. So Fury, if you remember from 2019, when I did a video, Fury is one of the 2 big events that Golden Veil does each year. 3 technically, because you have GE, which is usually Memorial Day weekend, Yule, which is just a holiday, a weekend in December, and then Fury, which is almost always Labor Day weekend. We're doing it differently this year because of COVID. It's only going to be a 1-day event, but it's still up in New Hampshire, so I'm going to be heading up there with Justice tomorrow, which will be really fun. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be really great to see a lot of our old friends, and relearning Amped Guard, because oh god, do I forget so much stuff. Like, it's going to be crazy. But I'm really looking forward to that. It should be really, really fun. So that's going to be all day tomorrow. On Sunday, we have our usual Sunday D&D game. So that's going to be a good time. It's also going to be a day to kind of like get through a lot of laundry and stuff, and do some general cleaning around the apartment, because it's been a crazy couple weeks. I haven't spent a lot of time here, and I want to make sure things are in good working order before I head off to Vermont with Mom and Dad for a week. And then Monday, I'm really excited for. So there's a trail in New Hampshire called the Belknap Loop Trail, and my friend Carrie and I wanted to do this months ago, but different things came up, so we weren't able to do it when we initially planned. But we're like, hey, we both have Labor Day off. Let's do it. So it's gonna be a really long day. It's like 2.5 hour trip up. It's going to be roughly an 8-hour hike or so, and then 2.5 hours back down. So I'm going to be gone all day, pretty much, because I'm going to wake up, go hiking, come home, and probably just go straight to sleep because I'm going to be exhausted. But I'm really excited for it. It's going to make work on Tuesday a little bit rough, and I'm aware of that, but there's not much I can do about that. I think it'll still be a really fun, good time. So I'm excited. But otherwise, that's going to be this weekend's plan. I'm really looking forward to Fury tomorrow. I think that's the thing that's going to be the real highlight of the weekend. Now, we decided to split our Fury up into 2 events to try and lower any COVID concerns we might have, because Delta's ramping up, as we can pretty obviously see right now, just looking at the numbers. But we still want to do this, but we were like, okay, let's not do a big weekend-long trip, a big weekend-long event, because that's going to cost a lot of money that we might not recuperate, because people might understandably say, hey, I don't feel comfortable going to an LARP event, and that's totally understandable. So we decided to split it up into 2 small 1-day events. I'm honestly hoping we have at least 20-some people there tomorrow. I think we're going to have more. I honestly do, but again, you never know with some of the Delta numbers. But even still, like, 20 people is going to be awesome. But otherwise, that's pretty much how the weekend's going to go. Today was actually really nice. We actually went to Worcester, which is usually about 45 to 50-minute trip from here, and we went and got dinner with Justice's sister, who flew in from Iceland this weekend after her and her boyfriend were there for a little bit. So we had a really nice visit, went to a really nice restaurant in Worcester. I definitely would recommend it. It was called the Boardwater Tavern, I think is what it was called. I'll have to look it up some other time, but it was really good. It was a fun night. I'm just gonna be kind of tearing some stuff down here near the end of the day. After that, just gonna be heading straight to bed because it's gonna be an early day tomorrow. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow. Sunday's gonna be a bit of a recovery day to kind of recuperate from Fury and kind of get myself all shored up before New Hampshire. But it should be a good time. So Tony, my question for you is how'd your end rain go? Tony, I'll see you on Monday. Later, bro.